Yeah, but you're not supposed to be harassing the person that was harassed. You need to go harass the harasser, not the harassee.
This body cam footage begins with officers pulling over a driver, claiming they need to confirm his identity due to a restraining order connected to the woman riding with him. The man insists he is being treated unfairly and that the stop should remain about traffic, not a criminal investigation. For nearly an hour, tension builds as he argues that officers should already have the tools to confirm who he is. The driver even live streams the encounter, sharing his frustration with viewers.
I'll turn to an investigation, like I just said, because you have a restraining order against somebody, and I want to make sure he's not him for your safety.
No, I don't think that's the law, brother. And that's not me. You have not identified me as that person.
I know, I'm trying to identify you, and you won't.
I'm not. You need to identify Terrell and find out where he's at.
No, I need to find out who's in the car with her.
No, you don't.
He's not allowed to be in the car with her, and if that's you, then it's
yeah, but you're not supposed to be harassing the person that was harassed. You need to go harass the harasser, not the harassee. You see what I'm saying? You're harassing she filed a restraining order against this man because she didn't feel safe, not because she wanted to be harassed every time she got pulled over. Let me ask you an honest question, officer. Every time she gets a traffic ticket, do you think that she wants every man in her car investigated because she has a restraining order on a prior man?
Because what happens?
No. Can you look a picture up of the guy?
No, I can't, or I would have already done it.
Well, have your people do that? It has nothing to do with me. Well, then that's your problem. That's not my problem, officer.
Because you have to identify yourself.
I'm a law-abiding citizen that's on his way to a dentist appointment.
Why would a law-abiding citizen have an issue identifying?
Because you don't have the right.
I do.
You don't have the right. This is a traffic stop. This is not a criminal investigation. This is a traffic stop. This is a routine traffic stop.
You call your supervisor.
He's on his way.
I'm completely refusing because I want black people to know that you guys can't do this to us anymore.
It has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, but you don't have the right to do this. You do not. You do not, and everybody's gonna find out that I'm not Terrell. It's easy. Everybody knows I'm not Terrell. They're gonna
Google somebody.
Google his first and last name. You know his name. How'd you find out his name?
Yeah, and you know how
Google it. His name came up in your NCIC. His name came up in NCIC in your computer. So you're lying, officer. You're making yourself look kind of crazy on.
You are making
on
yourself
Facebook.
Look crazy. That's fine.
Come on now. He's in your computer. You know I'm not him. You don't got a computer in your car?
Yes, I have a computer in the car. It tells me who she has a restraining order against. It does not give me any of his DL or his anything else against him. If it was, take a picture of him and look at you and be like, oh, that's not Terrell.
And so your system is that flawed that it takes you 30 minutes to get a picture of a guy? You can get his name, but you can't get his picture? I bet you I can get his picture. I bet you I can find his picture right now faster than you can on Google. What's your name, officer?
Officer Township, Officer Lawrence, badge 244.
Badge 244. This guy needs to identify me as not being a restraining order, somebody that has a restraining order against the woman I'm in the vehicle with. I am not that person. Now, he can't identify me as that person.
But he refuses
I asked him to Google this person. He can't even Google it. It's taking them 45 minutes, guys. This is where your taxpayers' money, this is where your money is going in Sicklerville. This is what the police officers are spending their time doing.
So and the abuser could have you driving him around, so we just got to make sure that's not happening.
Hey, de-escalation, man. Black Lives Matter. It's called de-escalate, not elevate.
That's why we're trying to do, but you
de-escalation, man.
And we're just
I tried to de-escalate. I tried. You guys didn't. You guys couldn't think.
Yeah, there's nothing.
How about yelling? Or
you
we're not de-escalating
anything.
Okay. I apologize. I'm excited. Let me lower my voice.
So this is what I've been trying to do.
Okay.
So like I was saying, a lot of times victims of domestic violence go back to their abuser. Okay, and through that relationship, they might have her be like, "Hey, listen, you got to go take you forever." So to make sure that that's not going on in this car stop, I need to identify you. That's it.
Yeah, but you're going above and beyond. You're trying to be Superman. You're trying to be Superman, and you're
care about her and her being held
because if you really
somebody she has a
if you really cared, you'd be looking this guy up right now just to make sure. Because if he could, what if he's dangerous? You should be trying every avenue. You're not even looking in your phone. You're not even looking in your phone to at least attempt. You're not even attempting to see what this guy looks like. Ladies. Listen, this is a warning to all you ladies.
Why would you tell a lady not to get a restraining order?
Ladies, this is a warning. This is what happens. If you put a restraining order on a man, it better be for real. I'm telling you, it better be for real.
And I believe she thinks that hers is.
I know hers is real. Hers is real. This is legitimate. And this is what she has to. This is what she has to deal with. This is what this woman has to deal with. But all you girls out there that are lying, you better not be lying because this is what you're gonna have to deal with every time you get pulled over. Yo, may I please step out and smoke a cigarette?
Not right now, man.
It's unlawful for me to step out and smoke a cigarette?
for right now, we're just going to talk to our supervisor.
Is it within the parameters of the law for me to step out and smoke a
Right
cigarette?
now, we want you to stay in the vehicle.
So you're saying no?
Part of the
No, I'm not asking you what you want. I'm asking you, am I allowed to? Do I have permission?
As of right now, no.
I do not have permission, so I'm detained in the vehicle. He's saying I don't have permission to step out of the vehicle and smoke a cigarette. I have a child, so I can't smoke my cigarette. Do you have any comments to make on de-escalation tactics of the Gloucester Township Police Department? Have you guys been making any like routine changes to like try to, you know, like improve your protocol on how you guys de-escalate like routine pullovers and stuff like that?
Trainings all the time.
How you doing, sir? So just so you know, we have you guys out here in a couple minutes. All right.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
Sergeant DeWalt.
Sergeant DeWalt. This is Sergeant DeWalt. This is Sergeant DeWalt. He knows what's going on. He knows this is... Look at this, man. Look, see these expensive, clean vehicles, man. These well-paid brothers, these fine gentlemen, and their time could be used so much better, guys. So we want to start a GoFundMe, and we're going to try to update their system so that way they can identify criminals faster. Because, I mean, do you guys agree that you guys... The city could get a lot more out of taxpayers' money if you guys could identify criminals faster? Is that something that you would agree with, sir? What's the sergeant, man? He's got a strong stance, man. Don't mess with that guy. Look at his forehead. Looks like he works out with his eyebrows, man. Looks like a strong brother right there, man. No one get on his bad side. Come on, y'all. Share this live. Share this live. Share this live. Come on, let's go viral, baby. No, these guys actually did a really good job. As far as de-escalation is concerned. You know, I give these guys a A+. You know what I mean? I've dealt with some a-hole cops in my lifetime. And I don't know if it's because of the times that we're in why these guys are being like this. Because I have a story to tell you about when I was 18 years old. I was pulling into the Howard Johnson. And I guess there was some sort of like prostitution ring or something going on. This was in around, and we're just like interrogating me like a hostage, and then they let me go. So I mean, I don't know if social media is changing things now. You guys, I don't know if you probably remember it. These guys are young here. They're babies, but you probably remember how y'all used to get down, man. Y'all used to do niggas dirty.
You good?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you did a great job today, brother. I want to give you a.
Okay, thanks.
You know what I mean? I commend
tried.
you for that. Your de-escalation tactics, officer Lance, badge number 244. Hand clap.
You should clap then. You don't have so I give you issues for the speeding. Also for a careless. There's a pay by date here. So if you want, just pay it by that date. You can follow the instructions on this website here. If you would like a court date, there's a number right here. You can call and they can set up a court date for you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Likewise. Take care.
In the end, the supervisor steps in and officers issue tickets for speeding and careless driving. The man points out the money it will cost, criticizing how taxpayer funds are used during such long stops. Yet he also acknowledges that the officers handled the situation with restraint compared to past encounters he has faced. Before leaving, he encourages viewers to hold police accountable by filming traffic stops, reminding everyone that technology and unity give citizens the power to demand fairness. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real stories that matter.